Well, good morning. And today is another day, and it's about this 2002 Ram 1500 four-wheel drive. It's got the 5.7 Hemi in it, and the client brought in the part that he feels as though needs to be changed, which is the transfer case, and it was just dropped off moments ago. And got it up on the lift, and it's not that hard of a repair, really. It'll take more time getting it apart, putting it back together, than actually handling the unit. So, the one thing I definitely have to get are some new seals for it, because it is a used transfer case that he got, and I want to make sure when it goes in there it doesn't leak. So I'll just give you a little rundown on the things that got to be removed. And the first thing I'm focusing in on is the back end of the drive shaft. 4 bolts done, and then it'll slide out of the tail piece of the transfer case. And once that's out, then the front drive shaft. 4 bolts, and that one there slides in there. Kind of hard to see, but that comes out of that section right there. This mount right here is to hold the, the transmission, as you can see. So this one right, this piece right here to shield. And I don't think I'll really need to do anything that has to do with the torsion bars in that bracket. It should come right out of there, slip through there. I'll have to tilt it and all that silliness to get it out of there. But I'm going to try to remove as little bit as possible to get that transfer case out of there. So that's the venture. That's what I'm going to be doing. And as I go to different parts of it, removing, I'll chime in. I like doing these kind of videos because if it can help somebody, change their transfer case out or transmission or whatever it is they got to change on their truck, it's really not that difficult. It would be nice if you have a lift, and I add that rear support right there. It's not a long bed truck, but I like adding that in case I'm pulling on something. This thing won't bounce up and down. I got my transmission jack right there. It's a 2-stage one. I like using that one over the other one that I have. I have 2 of them. The other one has a longer cylinder, and it's really just a 1-stage, which is fine. It worked well for me when I first got it, but I like that one better. So if you don't and you got to do it on the ground, the Puss in Boot in charge, here she comes. She'd be more than happy to help you with taking it out of there because it's her perfect height. Yeah, she says she'll help. There she is. She's checking out her parameters, which is kind of funny. She's looking at me, wondering who I'm talking to. But anyway, if you got to do it on the ground, it's not so bad. I've done many of them on the ground. I don't like doing them on the ground, but that's why there's a lift. So I'm going to get me started and get moving. And once I have, say, the drive shafts off, I'll show you, give a little explanation, and we'll go from there. So stand by. Well, I'm back, and I want to show something that's important. Universal joints. And this one I just discovered, after removing 4 bolts, that this universal joint should not be doing this. It is bad. And the other thing I do before I take it off is I actually mark where the drive shaft was on to the point of the rear. I have a silver mark there that will not come off, but this way I know I put it back exactly where it was. But this universal joint is shot, so I'm going to have to replace that for him. And in the meantime, back to work. Alrighty, I'm back, and the old transfer case is out. And the one only part about that transfer case getting it out is that I think it's been replaced before. The signs tell me that The splines here are as rusted as ever, and they're not supposed to be. And there was a nut missing from this one. There's supposed to be 6 nuts because there's 6 studs, and there was only 5. And you can see the corrosion on that. And because that was all corroded and all that corrosion going on, it took me 30 minutes just to pull that out. But first I'm going to show you the splines, what it should look like. That's what it should look like. Those are what the studs should look like. I had to use the come along there that you see. That's right. Plus the chain. It's over there. And that small bottle jack to get that thing to pull out. I had one end of the come along hooked up in that hole right there. I had the chain wrapped around transfer case, and I had a lot of pressure on that, and it would not come out. It separated at the bottom maybe 1/4 of an inch at most, and it wasn't until, regardless of how much prying I was doing, it would not move because it was getting hung up here. That corrosion had it baked in there. So I took that bottle jack and I put it right here at the base of it, and then the other end went towards this spot. And which at that point, because it was towards the top, it was able to pop it and separate it. It should have came out with ease, but it didn't want to. And I literally spent 30 minutes wasting my time trying to get that out of there. So I'm waiting for one more seal. I want to change that seal up there. See if I can zoom in better. Yeah, I'm waiting for that seal right there so I can replace it before I put the transfer case back together. This way there's no issues, and I will be replacing the other seal that the yoke slides into. In the meantime, they did have the universal joint, because that is totally destroyed, but they gave me 2 of them because we're not sure on which one it is. And these Mongo ones, they're awesome. I really do like National Seals, so I got some good stuff. The transfer case takes ATF4, and I guess no more than 2 quarts. So I'm going to take care of that silliness over there, that drive shaft first. I'm going to replace second that seal, and when the other one shows up, I'm going to change that one. So that's the story. And I wanted to show one other thing. Yeah, I'm representing today one of my real close dear friends. Actually, I'm going to have to stand off to the side. ML Metalworks. I'm wearing the t-shirt that he gave me. See, ML Metalworks. Remember, if you need any metal structures to be done, he's pretty big time. He's not a little fella just doing little small weld jobs. Yeah, he's got it together. And I'm trying to turn where you can catch the front. Yep, kind of difficult. Hopefully you got to see the phone number. Yeah, I think you can see it now. Hopefully. Definitely give him a call if you need something. I'm sure he can take care of it. But anywho, in the meantime, if y'all are watching, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, making a comment, give me a thumbs up. That'd be great. But until then, I'm going to get to whaling on that universal joint over there, and I'll chime in. And so you can use a press to take it out, but it'll be just as easy for me to tap it out right where it's at. It's not a big deal. It's pretty easy. So until that is changed, stand by. Okay, I'm back. And Everything is back in as far as underneath the truck. New universal joint. Yep, it's in there. Including that odd looking grease little fitting. The used, new to the truck transfer case is all up in. Oil is in there. It takes ATF number 4, automatic transmission fluid. Pretty much standard in them. Drive shafts hook back up. The only thing left to hook up that I did not take off, he took off, and he had to get some sort of universal aftermarket 21 gigawatts of electricity to hopefully replace the part that he lost going down the road. So once I go and get myself something to eat, I am hungry. I'm a little agitated with the fact that this job should have not taken as long as it had taken, and that's due to corrosion around the mounting of the transfer case to the transmission. I had to use a come-along and a hydraulic jack to actually get that thing to separate. And Puss in Boots even tried helping me, and she couldn't do it either. But then, putting that universal joint in, because it was so beat up, I'm surprised that it didn't break going down the road, which might have been helpful. Not that I want to see him stranded, but it might have been helpful if it did break and just come loose. Because I spent 2 hours and 13 minutes trying to press it out. I had to take the torches to the old universal joint and then clean everything up and then press the new one in it. That is way too long. 2 hours and 13 minutes to complete that? No way. Like, with the press, maybe 45 minutes, and that's if you're taking your sweet old time. Half hour is the max. Everything about this particular job, not cool. But it was for a friend, and hopefully when it's all said and done, he'll be happy, and I just have one more part to do. So in the meantime, there's really no point in showing anything more about this 2003 Ram 1500 with the 5.7 Hemi 4-wheel drive. I do appreciate people watching. Hopefully they will subscribe. Give me a like. Make a comment. I would appreciate it. This was definitely well worth it. It's not a hard job. It really isn't. If you have any questions, if you're going to do it, definitely make a comment right in the comment section. I usually post my videos, not usually, always, on Thursday morning and Sunday morning. So if there is a comment about it, because I'm going to be putting this out on Thursday morning, so that if anybody wishes to do that to their own truck and they have a question, I really wouldn't see it. I'll try to look on Thursday night, maybe Friday, but I know the latest I'll look at it would be Sunday, unfortunately. And then my next video that's be coming out, it is about the 57 Chevy. Actually, I should have been posting that one, but being I got to do this truck, and it's a short video, I believe that it should go on Thursday's posting. So until then, try to get something done. And I do, like I said before, appreciate if people watch it, enjoy it, learn something from it, subscribe. That'd be great. And it does help. I'm a long way off from where, it matters. I got to have 1,000 subscribers. I'm up to 112. I don't know, 2-3 months. Really don't know how long it's been, but I don't think it's longer than 3 months. If it is, still not a long time. But peace out until the next time.